Hey, what's going on, Who Dat Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast. And for a few minutes, I want to talk a little bit about Jameis Winston. Now, I put out a video about Jameis Winston a couple of days ago, and the video was talking about him possibly signing with the New Orleans Saints or a deal was getting close. But now we know that Jameis Winston has officially signed with the New Orleans Saints. So, you know what a guy like Jameis Winston's talent, his ability, the question on everyone's mind is this just a 1 year thing or could this turn into something much bigger like Jameis Winston being the next franchise quarterback for the New Orleans Saints? Look, first and foremost, I'm not in any way discrediting Taysom Hill or what he can bring to the table or the possibility of him being a starter for the New Orleans Saints. This is just my honest opinion on can Jameis Winston be a starting quarterback for the Saints in the near future. And to be honest with you, Who That Nation, I have to say that Jameis Winston has a better chance at being the starting quarterback of the New Orleans Saints than Taysom Hill. That's right, you heard it right here from TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast, telling you that Jameis Winston has a better chance of being the starting quarterback of the New Orleans Saints before Taysom Hill. Now, the reason why I feel this way is because it's simple. Because the upside of Jameis Winston is much bigger than Taysom Hill's. You look at Jameis Winston, his ability to throw the ball down the field. He has a big arm. He's a guy that, can make all the throws. And to make it all the throws, sometimes he throwing it to the other team. But at the same time, I feel like if Jameis Winston cut down on the turnovers, if he cuts down on the interceptions, he is going to be a really good quarterback. Make no mistake about it, Who That Nation, this guy is not a scrub, man. You do not throw for 5,109 yards and be a scrub. You do not throw for 30 touchdowns and be a scrub. Now, the 30 interceptions, you can make an argument. But at the same time, 5,000 yards is nothing to sneeze at. And I feel like Jameis Winston has a lot of talent. I really honestly feel like Jameis Winston's biggest issue was Bruce Arians. That was not a match made in heaven. In fact, it was a match made in hell. You look at Bruce Arians, a guy that wants to throw the ball downfield, wants to do bombs away all the time. Jameis Winston, I don't feel like that's his game, okay? I feel like Jameis Winston's game is what the Saints offer. The Saints don't really require you to throw a million passes down the field. The Saints are more like a nickel and dime team going through your progressions. It's all about timing and routes. And I feel like that's something that will help Jameis Winston. Because when you're dealing with a 7 step drop, you're throwing the ball to Mike Evans, you're going to throw the ball to Mike Evans. But with the Saints, it seems like, this has been a reoccurring thing with Drew Brees. Drew Brees throws to the guy that's open. And when his number one target isn't open, he's going to check it on down. So I feel like the Saints are going to kind of help him with his decision making. It's really up to Jameis Winston, man. And I feel like if he gets rid of all of the negativity, like listening to the general public, like turning the ball over, he can be a really good quarterback, man. And I don't see the New Orleans Saints, if this guy goes out and plays and really does a really good job, I cannot see the Saints allowing him to leave for Taysom Hill, man. I feel like Taysom Hill is really going to have to do something huge in order for him to overshadow what Jameis Winston can offer. Because number one, Jameis Winston, number one pick overall back in 2015, and a lot of people are going to give him opportunities just because of that. So if he goes to the New Orleans Saints, he gets into that quarterback room and he starts to get it, man, it is going to be very interesting in New Orleans. Can you say quarterback controversy? But I would love to hear from you. What do you think about Jameis Winston possibly being the future of the New Orleans Saints? Comment down below, like and share this video. This has been the State of the Saints podcast. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com, search the State of the Saints podcast, facebook.com, search the State of the Saints podcast. And also, the State of the Saints podcast is available on Alexa, All you have to do is say, Alexa, play the State of the Saints podcast, and the most recent video will play. So thank you all very much for allowing that to happen for the State of the Saints podcast, and I really do appreciate it. Till next time, all I got to say is, who that?